Good morning, everybody. I'm Chris. This is Sprout, and this one here is Tilly. Welcome to the Coffee Fuel Woodsman channel. Doing a little bit different video today. I'm going to be building and repairing a lean-to. So this is going to be shot over a few days in northern New Brunswick. Right now it's about minus 16, minus 17 degrees. The sun's on me in full, so it feels pretty warm and pretty nice. So this old lean-to we built several years ago, and we used one of these old tarps, and it's starting to really degrade and fall apart. So the tarp itself, the lean-to itself, is kind of okay. But we always found that with this one long hewn bench that we did, that there's only really room for 2 to 3 people in it, and a lot of times we come up here with 5 to 6, and then the dogs are messing around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repair this one, just put a new tarp on it, make sure it's nice and sturdy. It looks like everything's holding fine. And then I'm going to build a second lean-to just to the side here. And I realize that building a structure like that in the winter is not the best idea because the ground's frozen. I can't hammer anything into the ground, but then again with this one nothing's hammered in, but it is going to require a lot of shoveling. As you could see before, I shoveled out the general campsite here, and there's maybe a couple of feet of snow. It may or may not have shown up on the GoPro, but it's really light. It is literally powder. Yeah, is that nice? Yeah, so for today, we're not really going to do a whole lot other than kind of get things started to be set up. The dogs are having a great time. I may try to finish shoveling out where I want to put the lean-to, which is literally right there. So kind of from this bench over another 8 or so feet. I'm probably going to try to make it the same width as this. This is 6 or 7 feet wide, I would say. So just for symmetry's sake, I might do that. But the other thing that's going to offer too is having it on that side. Well, that will create a windbreak on that side because sometimes the wind does come from down off the hill. Be nice to have it all kind of fenced in, but we're in the woods, so you want it to feel like you're in nature, not close everything in. So my wife Claire and my mother will probably be up and milling around and helping me out here and there, but more so to just come out and get exercise for themselves and to exercise the dogs. So yeah, looking forward to this. Hopefully it goes well. Alright, well we got down the old tarp, which has served us very well, but I've never liked the color of it. It's white. It always looks dirty. It had patches of red tape on it to hold it together. So we're probably just going to use it to cover everything up for tonight. I don't think we're going to be able to get much more done today. What is going on? What? You're being silly. Yeah, we're just boiling up coffee now, and the dogs are starting to get cold, so we'll probably hastily drink that. It's like 4 o'clock, it's 4:30, so we got to get back down to the house. So, start doing more work tomorrow.
Hello, bud. How you doing?
A little cold just for sitting. It's gone up to like minus 9 Celsius, as opposed to the minus 17 it was when we first came up. But we were up and then went back to the house and had lunch, collected the dogs, and then came back up. So finish off my little bit of coffee, start a pipe, and if I have to, I'll smoke it on the way down the trail. Okay. Warm. Got the stick. Look at this. You really got that stick, didn't you? Yeah. Move with them. No, we're staying here for a bit, bud. We're staying here, okay, bud? So it was a fairly good start to the lean-to process. I realized when I stripped off the... That's enough. I realized when I stripped off the tarp that there's going to be a couple of these poles I'm going to have to replace. Maybe in the summer we'll replace it with one we dig down in. That's enough. You're a good boy, but my God. Well, pretty much done our coffee. Gonna pull this tarp that we just cut off. Gonna pull it across on top of all the gear that we were gonna be leaving here, which is really, we got just a little Tupperware bin that I'm gonna throw all the basically log building tools in. This is a, I don't know, sorry, about a 6x6 maybe, hand-hewn beam that I did. Actually, I think I did a video on that one. So I think I'm going to use that as the bench for temporary, only because finding and hauling out a big log, because I'd have to find a dead one, then hew the top of it, but the big problem would be me carrying it in by myself. So yeah, you're all right. You're all right. Look at these ears. Oh, beautiful boy. I'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be about the same as today. I think it's supposed to be -10, -11 for the high tomorrow. That's good working weather. Yeah. We're just taking it slow. There's no rush. I've got all week to do this, so. Let's go. Come on, girlie. All right, everyone, day 2. Trying out a new microphone. So if it doesn't work out, I may have to dub over everything. It's time to get started. Sprout, come here, bud. That's the start of the structure, how I've envisioned it anyway when I was planning it out in my head. You're probably going to notice that I spent a lot of time cutting this notch. And that's probably completely unnecessary, but I enjoy hewing lumber out to square. And I've got this new chisel and new axe. I think my buddy Derek gave me both of these in the find I was telling you about earlier, if I told you about that. And that's basically a timber slick, pretty much. So I wanted to use both of those, and it went okay. I mean, cutting it out the way I did and then shearing it off, it was a lot of work with the silky saw, cross grain like that, but oh well, I enjoyed doing that, and that should be a little bit more stable. So right now, I've got to mind these tools because they're very sharp. I've got to put up a support on the back of this. I think I'm just going to angle this out with the saw and then probably just wrap it all up with that green cord. Tail, it's just me. Shh. Yeah, for anybody out there worried about me cutting the trees, this is our family's property, so all the trees I'm going to cut they all belong to us, basically. The other thing about that is I'm only cutting trees that will help the forest grow. Like, I'm not cutting these trees aren't growing out in the center of the field all by themselves and are going to flourish. They're the ones that are going to be choked out by these other trees. And yeah, I guess over time, this tree would have died and then fallen, and then maybe the nutrients gone back in the ground. But really, thinning out the forest actually can't help it in certain ways. Well, it's like 3 o'clock, so we've been up here about 3 hours. The dogs are getting pretty bored. I'm really upset that I forgot my lighter, so I wasn't able to make coffee. So I think I might head back down and see what Claire and my mother are doing. All right, everybody, we're back. It's day 3. I ended up doing more work before heading back to the house last night after all. I cut a few more stringers, or whatever you want to call these, and tied them together. So I still have like 2 left to tie up. And then I'm going to get a cross piece for the tarp. I got to do 2 of them because I have one for the original lean-to side. And then I'll be putting the tarp up. So I was wondering where the dogs were because they'd wandered off, and I could see Tilly's red coat way off in the distance. All of a sudden Sprout comes running back with this, which is a decomposed deer. Looks like a leg and maybe even a bit of the hip. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, you can't have it. It's gross. Well, pretty much got the structure done. So now it's just to put the tarp on top. I'm going to use that pole that's kind of crosswise right there to tie the tarp to and then lash that to the top. You're probably wondering why I'm using that large of cordage. to lash a fairly light duty item together, because really the lashing only just holds those poles in place to keep them from falling down. They don't really need to be lashed in that tight, but the answer is this is what we had. I bought this for my mom quite a few years ago for restringing snowshoes, the webbing in our old native style snowshoes. We just have a lot of this stuff kicking around, and it's pretty much indestructible, so it makes for a good product for this. It's fishing line and for nets, fishing line for nets. And it's very robust. It is overkill, but I never have to worry about it rotting or anything from moisture or anything like that. So good product. All right, time to get at putting that tarp up so it starts looking like a lean-to. The Princess Auto tarp. So I've got 2 of these. They're only 10 by 12. I think they're going to be a decent size for what we're doing here, but I might have to get a little creative because I want the ends to block the wind off, the triangles on the ends kind of thing. I'm hoping this will be big enough, but these are like 20 bucks each. They're the heavy duty ones. So yeah. It's 2:30 already, so that 2 hours went by way too quick. And my wife and my mom are supposed to be coming up to have a fire pit, but I got to take these 2 dogs back down home. So I might as well take them down, and I'll utilize my mom and my wife, Claire, to help me tie these up, because the pain in the butt is tying off every one of these little grommets. Hey, we're back. My 2 dogs are happily tucked away at home, and they're going to have a nap. As you can see, my wife Claire's on the left side there, and my mom's on the right. And we're supposed to get a bunch of snow, 30 centimeters overnight tonight, so hopefully this will at least shelter what we've got underneath. I'm not sure if I've actually introduced Claire before. I think you've been on one video before, but this is my wife Claire, who
Hello.
Puts up with all of my gear purchases and time out in the woods. And she and my mom, who mom's too shy to be on, came up and finished this off with us. So yeah, it's all done. What do you think?
It's really good.
Claire is freezing. I've been
so
moving around,
cold.
so I've got this shirt and an underlayer, but yeah, I'm still warm. I've got a little coat.
These are really good.
Oh, thank you. I've got a little coat in my bag, but so far I've not needed it. The coffee's ready, so we're gonna enjoy this, and tomorrow we'll probably end up having to come up and then shovel it out. One of my normal camping partners, Johnny, would appreciate this. So Mom's put JD Shore in this little canister for us, but it's obviously not a JD Shore bottle. This time, I'm gonna raise that one up a bit. It's a little too low, don't you think?
It would be nice if it was a little higher.
Yeah. Well, everybody, that's basically it. That's 3 days of work. I don't know, probably like 2, 4, 6, 8 hours. I've not taken any courses in how to build a lean-to, and I don't really worry too much about it. We're not sleeping in these things. They're not meant for survival. They're just meant for making things comfortable when you come up and have coffee in the woods. We've got snowshoe and ski trails around here, so it's kind of nice being able to just come up, do a nice snowshoe or ski loop, and then come back here, have a coffee, and then head back to the house. So it's made a big difference having the tarps up and having the second new piece added on, because it's blocking most of the wind direction. I see the smoke is kind of heading right towards Claire, so we'll probably have to build a fire reflector once the snow goes. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe if you want. If not, thanks for watching this point. We'll see you in the next one. All right, got some bonus reel for you. You stuck around. We had about 30 centimeters overnight. This pretty much stood up. There's a white tarp on the far side here that I put over to cover that edge because we don't have the end blocked in yet. And I just drug that down because it's ugly as anything. But yeah, there's a little bit of snow on the benches as per normal. But other than that, I'm gonna have to shovel out where our feet go. All looks good. Looks like even if you would have slept in behind where I put all the fir boughs, you've been fine. So, looking good. All right, so let's do a quick tour of it. Just on the other side of these snowshoes is our fire pit. It's covered up with a very ugly piece of roofing steel. There will be a fire reflector here. There was one. It's rotten and fell down. Here's the existing lean-to that's been remade with a better tarp. And we got to put in this corner. And here's the new one. That bench I'm going to raise and put on proper blocks that are just frozen in, so it's a little tough. Those boughs are just there to throw our gear on when we come up. That'll all rot and we'll have to take it out, but for now that's perfect. Little stool, or sorry, a table that I made a long time ago. And here's our view from the new bench. Pretty darn good. That's how much snow fell last night. Really happy that this connected completely up. Come on, let's go. Good boy. Good boy, let's go. Let's go find Mom. Let's go find Mom, huh? I gotta come back and collect my tools with the backpack, so maybe we'll bring some coffee up. Maybe a little bit of whiskey or something.